Yeah, didn't see it coming myself. I don't think anyone involved with the club saw that coming. As players, we've got to take responsibility for responsibility. Very poor tonight, and not a good night.
Right from the off, it seemed, I don't know, for want of a better word, a bit listless. I know you've had a lot of games recently, and where can you put your finger on what happened?
No, I don't think you can say that we've had a lot of games recently because they're the same. I thought, they come with a game plan, stuck to it well. We just didn't, I think we lost every individual battle. Not many shots, so there was nothing tonight, and it's very disappointing. And like I said, the players, hold that responsibility. We know that, but it's time to stick together, rally the troops, and we've got a massive game Saturday. So apologies to the fans and the club for that performance.
Is this where you learn a lot about each other? Who's up for the fight, where the characters are, who the battlers are in the squad?
Of course, it is easy to play when you're winning, but you do find out your leaders, your characters when you're losing games, and you're on a bit of a bad run. We've been on an okay run. Obviously, draws have took over more than wins, but we've definitely got the character. I know you didn't see that tonight, but we've definitely got the character in the dressing room to get us out the trouble we're in at the minute. Like I say, it's a massive 6 point off Saturday.
I know you won't say what exactly was said in the dressing room. What was the tone of it? Was it angry? Was it measured? What was the sort of tone of what was going on in there?
It's disappointment all round. It's the gaffer shouting and bawling at people ain't going to get any answers tonight. Like I say, it's we are the fans, we are the gaffer, and Russ a performance, and that comes Saturday. There's no point sort of dwelling on it now. I know the players will. It's always worse the next morning when you wake up and reality hits you that you've lost a massive game. We've got to move on quickly and put things into practice. Individuals, myself included, need certain things in training, and like I say, it's their responsibility, players' responsibility to look after themselves, and I'm sure we will this week and get ready for Cambridge.
It's a tight league. A couple of decent results can get you at the table, but you're in the bottom two. Is it too early to say that this is a survival battle, a relegation battle?
I think it is a bit too early. I think on performances previous, we've not warranted our league position, but it's all right talking about that. We've got to rise to the challenge, and it's obviously a different sort of challenge at this moment in time than we expected. But we are in the relegation zone, and we've got to get ourselves out of it ASAP.
Thanks.
What can you do over the next 2 days, 3 days as a group of players to try and sort of put that to one side and then motivate yourself, make yourself more determined for Cambridge?
Watch what went wrong, study it, analyse it as we always do. Stick together, no pointing the fingers at individuals. So I don't think anyone sort of covered themselves any glory tonight. Like I say, just to stick at it and work it on the training pitch, which we always work hard and pull together and hopefully get 3 points Saturday.
I imagine the manager said a few things in the dressing room, but was there a lot of speaking amongst the players about what happened? Do you go through it immediately, or will that wait for maybe Thursday? Or
I think depending on how the game goes, I don't think we was unlucky tonight. I think if you're a bit unlucky and you've done all you can to win the game, the players have a say in the dressing room. But I think the lads are shocked more than anyone that performance is. I don't think we had it in us, to be honest with you. But there we go, and it's done now. There's no point dwelling on it, and like I say, we owe the club a massive performance.
How difficult is it when you're on the pitch and you can know that that's happening? Because you must be as aware as anybody that it's just there's something missing, that there's something not quite sparking.
Yeah, you could feel it. Whether it's players not getting on the ball, whether it's we're not winning the second ball, not getting shots off, or finding players' movement, finding the right ball at the right time, or it's a host of things. And certain mistakes lead to their goals. And like I said, what can you do? You can't dwell on it too much now. And fair play to Colchester. They had a game plan, they stuck to it, and we've just got to move on from this. I know it's very disappointing to take now and a bit of pill to swallow, but I'm sure with the characters we've got and the management we've got, we'll bounce back from this.
Is that the thing, the determination to bounce back and put it right at Cambridge with a reaction?
Yeah, it's got to be. We'll have a massive reaction. We saw these two games, Colchester and Cambridge, is massive 6 pointers. We've lost one. Now everything's on a Cambridge game. It's a massive period for this club.
Cheers, Carl.
No worries.
Cheers.